Good day to everyone. My name is Clifford Adrias. I'll be reporting Noli Me Tangere. Our objectives for today is to learn about the meaning of title Noli Me Tangere and learn about the novel and also who are the major characters of Noli Me Tangere and read a short summary of Noli Me Tangere. Noli Me Tangere, the title in Latin meaning is to is touch me not, refers to John 20:17 in the Bible King James Version, as Mary Magdalena tried to touch the newly risen Jesus. He said, "Touch me not, for I am not yet ascended to my Father." About the novel, Jose Rizal preferred that the prospective novel expresses the backward, anti-progress, and anti-intellectual way Filipino culture was. On June 2, 1884, Rizal proposed the writing of a novel about the Philippines written by a group of Filipinos. His proposal was unanimously approved by the Filipino present at the party, among whom were Pedro, Maximo, Antonio Paterno, Graciano Lopez, Jaina, Evaristo Aguirre, Eduardo Dilet, Julio Lorente, and Valentin Ventura. The publication Rizal finished the novel in December 1886. Rizal feared that the novel might not be printed and that it would remain unread. A financial aid came from a friend named Maximo Viola, which helped him print his books. Fine print media in Berlin named Berliner Boch Bracket. So sorry, I cannot read that. Here are the major characters of Noli Me Tangere. Crisostomo Ibarra, a son of a Filipino businessman, Don Rafael Ibarra. He studied in Europe for 7 years. Ibarra is also Maria Clara's fiance. Several sources claim that Ibarra is also Rizal's reflection. Maria Clara, Ibarra's fiancée. She was raised by Captain Tiago and the most beautiful and widely celebrated girl in San Diego, an illegitimate daughter of Father Damaso. Capit Capitan Tiago de los Santos, known by his nickname Tiago and a political title Captain Tiago, is a Filipino businessman and the cabeza de barangay or head of the barangay of the town of San Diego. He is also the known father of Maria Clara. Elias is Ibarra's mysterious friend and ally. He wants to revolutionize the country and to be freed from Spanish oppression. Filipos Filosofong Tasio, Don Anastasio, seeking for reforms from the government. He expresses his ideals in paper written in cryptographic alphabet that the future generation may be able to decipher it and realize the abuse and oppression done by the conquerors. Doña Victorina Doña Victorina de los Reyes de Espadanya is an ambitious Filipina who classifies herself as a Spanish and mimics Spanish ladies by putting on heavy makeup. Sisa, Crispin, and Basilio. Narcisa or Sisa is a deranged mother of Basilio and Crispin, described as a beautiful and young, although she loves her children very much. She cannot protect them from beatings of her husband Pedro. Crispin Crispin is his 7-year-old son, an altar boy that was unjustly accused of Crispin. Crispin is his 7-year-old son and an altar boy. He was unjustly accused of stealing money from the church after failing to force Crispin to return the money he allegedly stole. Father Salvi, the head of the sacristan, killed him. It is not directly stated that he was killed, but the dream of Basilio suggests that Crispin died during his encounter with Padre Salvi and his minions. And his minion, Basilio is his 16-year-old son and acolyte tasked to ring the church bells for the Angelus, for he faced the dread of losing his younger brother and the descent of his mother into insanity. At the end of the novel, Elias wished Basilio to bury him burning burning in exchange of chest of gold located on his death ground. He will later play a major role in El Filibusterismo. Here is a short plot of the Noli Me Tangere. Plot. Having completed his studies in Europe, Juan Crisostomo Ibarra y Magsalin comes back from the Philippines after 7 years of absence. In his honor, Don Santiago del Santos Captain Tiago, as a family friend, threw together a party which Aget was attended by friars and other prominent figures. One of the guests of former San Diego curate Fray Damaso Vardolagas belittled slandered Ibarra. The next day Ibarra visited Maria Clara, his love, the beautiful daughter of Captain Tiago and affluent resident of Binondo. Their long-standing love was clearly manifested in this meeting, and Maria Clara cannot help but to reread the letters her sweetheart had written her before he went to Europe. Before Ibarra left for San Diego, Lieutenant Guevara, a civil guard, reveals to him incidents preceding the death of his father, Don Rafael Ibarra, a rich haciendero of the town. According to Guevara, Don Rafael was unjustly accused of being an heretic, in addition to being subversive, and allegations brought forth by brought by brought, brought forth by Damaso because of Don Rafael's non-participation in the sacraments, such as confession and the mass. Damaso's animosity against Ibarra's father is aggravated by another incident when Don Rafael helped out on a fight between a tax collector and a child fighting, and the former's death was blamed on him, although it purposed. Suddenly, all of those who thought ill of him surfaced. In addition, the complaints he was imprisoned and and just when the matter was almost settled, he died of sickness in jail. Revenge was not on Ibarra's plans. Instead, he carried through to his father's plans of putting up a school, since he believed education paved the way to the country's progress. All of the novel's authors refers to both Spain and the Philippines as two different countries as part of the same nation or family, with Spain seen as the mother and the Philippines as the daughter. During the inauguration of the school, Ibarra would have been killed in a sabotage had Elias, a mysterious man who warned Ibarra earlier of a plot to assassinate him, not save him. Instead, hired a killer, met an unfortunate incident, and died. After the inauguration, Ibarra hosted a luncheon during which Damaso's gate crashing the luncheon again insulted him. Ibarra ignored the priest's insolence, but when the latter slandered the memory of his dead father, he was no longer able to restrain himself and launched at Damasus and prepared to stab him for his impudence. As the consequence, Damaso excommunicated Ibarra, talking, taking this opportunity to persuade the kill already hesitant Tiago to forbid his daughter from marrying Ibarra. The friar wished Maria Clara to marry Linares, a peninsular who had just arrived from Spain. With the help of the Governor General, Ibarra's excommunication nullified Archbishop and decided was to accept him as the member of the church once again. Meanwhile, in Captain Tiago's residence, a party was being held to announce the upcoming wedding of Maria Clara and Lenares. Ibarra, with the help of Elias, took the opportunity to escape from prison. Before leaving, Ibarra spoke to Maria Clara and accused her of betraying him, thinking that she gave the letter he wrote to her to the jury. Maria Clara explained that she would never conspire against him, but she was forced to surrender Ibarra's letter to Father Salvi in exchange for the letter written by her mother even before Maria Clara was born. Maria Clara, thinking that Ibarra had been killed in the shooting incident, was greatly overcome with grief. Robbed of hope and severely delusionized, she asked Damaso to confine her into the nunnery. Damaso reluctantly agreed when she threatened to take her own life, demanding the nunnery or death. Unbeknownst to her, Ibarra was still alive and able to escape. It was Elias who had taken the shots. It was Christmas Eve when Elias woke up in the forest, fatally wounded, as it is her where he instructed Ibarra to meet him. Instead, Elias found the altar boy Basilio cradling his already dead mother Sisa. The latter lost her mind when she learned that her two sons, Crispin and Basilio, were chased out of the convent by the sacristan mayor or on suspicion of stealing sacred objects. Elias, convinced he would die soon, instructs Basilio to build a funeral pyre and burn his and Sisa's bodies to ashes. He tells Basilio that if nobody reaches the place, if nobody reaches the place, he come back later on and dig, for he will find gold. He also told him or Basilio to take the gold and find and go to schools and his dying breath. He instructed Basilio to continue dreaming about freedom for his motherland with the words, I shall die without seeing a dawn break upon my homeland. You whom shall see it, salute it. Do not forget those who have fallen during the night. Elias died thereafter. Epilogue. Tiago became addicted to opium and was seen to frequent the opium house in Binondo, satiate his satiate his addiction. Satiate his addiction. Maria Clara became a nun, where Salvi, who has lasted after her from the beginning of the novel, regularly used her to fulfill his lust. One stormy evening, a beautiful crazy woman was seen at the top of the convent crying and cursing the heavens for the fate it has handed her. While the woman was never identified, it is insinuated that they said it was Maria Clara. Thank you, that's all.